Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is July 23rd. It's the morning time. It is JLJ this morning. I am here. I'm alive. I woke up. I'm here. Today is random time. I thought, let's do some random. I've done a random show in a while. We just actually, you can ask me questions or just see what we're talking about. We'll see who comes on. It's Saturday morning. It's early for me. It's 8:30. I have my coffee. Mystic Shadows. You should be on a TV show. It should be a TV show. I'm here. I'm awake. I have a long day ahead of me, but I'm awake. I'm here. I thought I like being random. So I thought it'd be a random day today. Why not? My hair is just kind of still wild. I had it really curly yesterday. Still wild today. I kind of like it. I'm going to be organizing today, so I'm not going to fix it. I'm going to leave it as is until I take a shower tonight. So there are some ways if you like to help, because I'm doing this full time for a living now. There is buymeacoffee.com. This is really inexpensive. It's like a tip jar. I'm putting it in the chat room. I'm going to pin it. Also on there, I give you a free podcast. So when you unlock that, when you do it, so any amount unlocks it. But it's been a lot of fun. People be giving me coffees. It's been a lot of fun. So thank you. Is it pin? What's going on here? There we go. My computer's slow this morning. And I just got new internet, so I don't want my internet. Otherwise, everything else is fast. Like, why is all of a sudden YouTube slow? And also, super chats are enabled. So if you want to give a super chat, any amount, I'll take it. The button below, the button below the chat. And it's just a lot of fun there. I also have merchandise. I was hoping it would get here. It's coming today. And I'm hoping to be able to show it to you guys soon. I made my first sales yesterday. I have t-shirts and towels and all kinds of stuff. You can go to jljmedia.threadless.com and check that out. Yeah, I'm working it out, kids. I am like, so I am doing it all. I'm building the empire. That's right. The next stage of the empire. We are building it. So just some ways to support the homie, as my friend Flo would say. Because this stuff is expensive to do sometimes. When you live in Los Angeles. I saw gas yesterday. I saw gas for like $5.59. I was like, okay, it's coming down somewhere. Lounging with Tony. Good morning. Follow Audition Days. Follow auditiondays.threadless.com. They're on Threadless also. I got one of their shirts. I've worn it before on the show. So check them out over there. Lounging with Tony, mutual friends. Check it out Thursdays, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Check it out now. The first, 3 episodes. Check that out. It's a lot of fun. And like when you watch it, you find yourself putting yourself in their shoes, going, "Who would you date?" And really, it's a whole thing. You can't see the people until she eliminates them or he eliminates them, and then to the end. So it's a fun kind of blind date kind of thing. So I'm in the chat room on Thursdays. You want to join me over there? It's a lot of fun. Good morning, Judy. So it's a lot of fun. So check that out. And that's on this Lounging with Tony page. So he has Lounging with Tony, Audition Days. There's 2 franchises. Check those out. Support Black content. That's universal for everyone to watch. That's how we do. That's what we do. That's what we all do. So yeah, the hair's a little wild. I haven't done anything to it. But I think I'll leave it like this today while I'm helping out my mom. I'm gonna be sweating and everything. But the curls are just like Miss Jessie's hair care products, kids. Miss Jessie, I know Miko Branch, the owner, and her curls, that shit works. It works. I love it. So I'm obsessed with my hair. I am obsessed with my hair right now. But the curls are popping. I have long hair. Right now it's overcast down here in Inglewood. But I guess it's gonna be another hot day, I guess. I think it's gonna be another hot day. But right now it feels decent. I have 1 fan on, not 2 at the moment. That's what you can tell it's decent. Actually, it got a little chilly in the middle of the night. I had to turn off one of the fans. I was like, oh, I got a little chilly. Like, I wasn't ready for that. So that did feel good. I would turn off one of the fans. So the bills aren't getting any lower. I'm sorry, I refuse to be hot in my own house. Refuse. There are pockets of my house that get super hot. You can almost pass out. So my mom has a stove in her kitchen. It is so hot in that kitchen. I was like, oh my God. Good morning, sis. I just love, I just love saying that. Sis. Hey, sis. Girl, sis girl. Girl, sis. Hey, sis. Morning. And side note, I had a giant banana this morning. And it sounds dirty. I know. This is a family show. Sounds dirty. But it was giant. It was a lot to handle. Anywho, so I had that this morning. Well, so those random things. I'm caught up on Bold and Beautiful and General Hospital. Bold's good this week. Oh my God, Bold is good this week. I'm almost caught with days. I have Friday's episode. Well, General Hospital was easy because we were missing an episode. We didn't get one. It's 89. Ooh, it's 89 already. Where you are, it's 96. Ugh. See, both those numbers don't sound good. 89 or 96. They don't sound. Neither of them sound pleasant. Also, I have music coming out finally. It's been a while. I take a little break. Had to write some stuff. So I have like 4 projects coming out in August. So new music by me, my friends, people on my label. I got all kinds of stuff. I just made the announcements last night. I'll make more. If you follow me, you'll see the announcements. More to come. But music from James Lodge. Either I've written it, produced it, or I'm on it. So it's all the songs are basically I wrote. So, but it's new stuff coming out. Very excited. Trying to roll out the stuff. Get that out there. So that's what we're doing. I was just trying to get that going. But yeah, I'm here today. It's the random show. You can ask me questions if you like, any questions you were just curious you want to ask. I'm just kind of coming on, drinking my coffee, waking up, playing with my hair. I just love it. It's just my hair. I'm just so into my hair right now. I was into it. And this t-shirt was my cousin's. She made it. I'm wearing it. Used to be really big on me. Now it fits. That's not good either. 91 in New York. Ugh. I'll miss those days. 11:30 where you are, yeah. It's barely morning where you guys are. I'm West Coast. I'm West Coast. I'm Inglewood. I'm behind all of you. So always when I do these shows, I go, well, for me to do a true morning show for everyone, I'd have to be up at 6, 5 or 6, 4, 5 or 6. That ain't happening. That'd be the only way I think I could do an actual morning show that would hit across the country. So I was like, it's a morning show. It's just a morning show for me. Well, yeah, that's just yeah. We ain't doing all that. I think I did a show. Did I do a show once at 6 in the morning or 6:30? I may have once in my arsenal. I can't remember, but I feel like I did once, and it was just like, ooh, it's a little. My voice needs to wake up because my voice is super deep. It needs. Sometimes it goes out. I like to like really. I have to let it. I have to really bring it in. I was like, it's not ready. It's not ready. So I don't know. That's a little early. I've done shows on the East Coast when I was in Pittsburgh, and that of course helped. It was morning there, so it was really early. It was really early. It's weird when you're on the East Coast. It's really funny when you're on the East Coast and you're like talking to people back at home. They're like, hey, I'm ahead of you. It's just a little different. So, but yes, afternoon is much easier. Evening is a little easier than morning shows. But this is JLJ this morning, so it is whatever time you get it, it's the time you get it. So that's how we're gonna look at that. 93, high of 108. Oh, that's awful too. Everybody's numbers sound awful. Sound awful. You don't do real early mornings either. Yeah, girl, we don't do that. I don't expect you to get up that early. I get up to go to work. My dinner was good, actually. Okay, I will be a little real with you guys. You guys are my family. You guys are real. So I got Roscoe's chicken and waffles. My waffle, of course, out of this world. The rice and gravy, really good. But the chicken and the macaroni and cheese were lackluster for the first time in a long time. I don't know what happened. And I ordered it from one of the original Roscoe's. Not every Roscoe's is the same. They're all good. But the mac and cheese wasn't cheesy enough for me. It was very mac, not enough cheese. And the chicken was too salty for me. I got through and ate the 3 piece. I ordered an extra piece just because I want some extra, but I only ended up eating 2 pieces. The other pieces in the refrigerator. I don't know if I'm going to eat it or not. I hate wasting food. But it wasn't. It was. I was like, that's the first time it's ever happened to me. But I'll tell you, but still undefeated. Undefeated is the waffle. I don't know what. So I have friends who are chefs, who are foodies, and my niece is a chef, and I tried to. I was like, you need to. We love it. I was like, well, what's the secret? We're talking about what the secret is and why it's so good. And so she has a couple ideas, but it's like I'm telling you, you don't need syrup, you don't fucking need butter, you don't need nothing. It is that waffle is just like. I mean, I've taken so many people to Roscoe's, and everything else are like either they like it or whatever. But the one thing everybody loves is the waffle. I don't know what they put in. It's like crack. I don't know, they put crack in it, I guess. Something highly addictive. I don't know. It's not even just about sugar either. It's like, well, obviously it's sugar. No, it's not even that. It's like it's something else. And I'm not enough of a. I mean, I cook, but I'm not enough of like I'm not a chef. So I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know. Like, what is that? It's something otherworldly. Yeah, you saw my video. I went to Cracker Barrel. Well, I didn't go to Cracker Barrel. We found there's a Cracker, but we're back on food again. It's all about food. We're on Cracker Barrel. They have a Cracker Barrel kitchen. So from my side of town, we know Cracker Barrel where I live. There's one north of us. It's closer to Tony actually than me. But this one is a kitchen that makes the Cracker Barrel food and delivers to all of us out here. So it's not a sit-down place. And it was good. Now that was good. That was good. That was good. I was like, that one works. It tasted like the Cracker Barrel at the Cracker Barrel. And last time I was at Cracker Barrel, I ran into Tony actually. But there's also Cracker Barrel in Sacramento. I've done that one there too. It was good. Took my whole family there. Almost my whole family. There was like one person, a couple people missing, but it was really good. I'm just telling you. Just telling you. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. Doo-doo-doo-doo. It's crazy. I never quite remember music so good. Chocolate cake's good. I'm not a huge chocolate cake person. I have to be in the mood for chocolate cake. I'm not a cake person. I'm a pie person. But with cake, I have to be in the mood to want to have cake. I like cupcakes, but even with that, I got to be in the mood to want a cupcake. But chocolate is not even my thing. Well, Cracker Barrel is funny because Cracker Barrel there was none in California. So every time I went somewhere else across the country is when I had Cracker Barrel, and then finally came to California. They weren't even here until recently, so a few years ago. They were not here. So I like the little country store in the front. That's part of the fun and everything. And it's just the food is just basic. It's just basic down home food. They have great rocking chairs out front. Love the rocking chairs. So it's really cute. Oh, I'm frozen. You guys, 1 second. My computer froze, so I have to. Or you can probably still hear me. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I'm going to do something to fix that. You can still hear me great. If you can't hear me, I'll tell you. I might go away for a second. I don't know. Or I might still be here. I don't know. I'm like, okay, let's get back on here. Sometimes this computer stuff, it's 2022. I don't understand technology sometimes. I'm like, we have so many advances, and there's so many things that are not advanced. I'm back on. Okay, I'm back on again. I can see you guys again. Fun chasers. 91 degrees. That doesn't sound fun either. Not at all. With a chance of ice cream. My favorite pie is peach. Second favorite pie is cherry. My third favorite pie is rhubarb, if it's done well. I've had some rhubarb pies that are not good, and I have some rhubarb pies that are really good. But peach and apricot's in there somewhere. But peach and cherry are my two favorites, my go-tos. I love peaches. I love cherries. But I really like rhubarb. I do. Apple's fine, pecan's good. I mean, they're all sweet potato, pumpkin, all those pies. I like all of them. I like pie. But cake, I'm not a huge fan of. And there have been. I just think cake is fine. I mean, it's two different consistencies. It's two very different consistencies. Cake and pie are two very different things, as you all know. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of cake, but I do like cupcakes. I like yellow cake. I like wedding cake. Ironically, I've never been married. I like wedding cake. I do. I like white cake. Every once in a while, during the pandemic, I made some for myself. Every once in a while, I'm not a big baker. Not a big baker at all. But I used to try. I had attempts to baking. I'm a cook. I like to cook. I'm not a snacker. I like to eat. It's like when it's time to eat, then I eat. That's funny. I'm not big like snack on chips. I mean, I like chips and stuff, but it's not my. I'd wait to make a meal before anything else. Oh, because that's kind of the guy I am. I miss pizza and salad buffets. These are Pizza Hut, Miss Pac-Man. I remember cheesecake. I love cheesecake. Junior Cheesecake New York, hands down the best. We've had it shipped out here. Me, Latasha. Follow the Fun Chasers. They're in here. Follow the Fun Chasers. Speaking of my friend, I always shout out my friends. Fun Chasers have a great page. They do travel, food. Their food looks good. The Fun Chasers here on YouTube. Follow them. Be there or be square. Follow them. Yes. They lost a lot of viewers. So I talk about food. All of a sudden, I lost these viewers. Like people usually food brings viewers together. They said, "Bye, we're going away. We don't have time for your shenanigans. We don't have time for that. You don't do two things at once, of course, you guys, because that's what I do in my life. Because that's how life works. I'm working an organizing job today, so that'll be interesting. So I'm doing that. I haven't decided what time yet. I worked early yesterday. I got there. I had to get there at 8. That was early for me. Ooh, I was like, but that client, we have a good time. We always work it out. I always tell it's like Tetris. We always get in there and we have to figure it out. Yeah, we do every time. We figure it out. It's fun. It actually makes it kind of fun. When you do anything, when you think of it that way, it's all what do you call it? It's all the way you think. It's all mindset. That's right. It's all mindset. How you look at stuff, right? The boss just called. Gotta run. If you like basket rum cake, rum cake style. I'll eat rum cake. Have fun today, you guys. The boss. That's so funny. Have fun. Apple orchard. There's a place here in California. It's like an Apple Hill. It's in Northern California. I went with my daughter and her man not too long ago. We had a good time. It's Apple everything. It's Apple everything, and it's good. I love apple butter. Apple butter is my favorite. There's a place here in LA that makes apple butter fresh. So good. It's called the Country Diner. The Country Diner. That's what it's called. Here, like in Torrance, but they make their apple butter fresh. It is delish. You'll love it. I haven't been there a long time either. It's country time down here. I'm just making out with something, but they good. That's the bottom. That's the bottom line. They good. You would enjoy it. You would enjoy it. But I like apple stuff. I like apples. Apple cider, apple juice. I don't drink enough apple juice. That's a thought. I don't drink enough apple juice. I buy it once in a while. And I'm always like, I like apple juice. I just don't do it enough. I mean, I buy it and I go, oh yeah, I forgot I like apple juice. And I drink it and then I don't buy it for a long time. Maybe I'll buy some apple juice today. If I do, I'll let you guys know. I'll turn everything's content, right? I'll turn it into a video. James buys apple juice today. I don't know. I was like, he hasn't apple juice in 30 years. No, I don't know. I was just like, think about that. It's like there's certain things you like, you buy it and you like it, but they're not staples in your house. You're just like, oh, I just don't get it that often. Everybody buys butter and milk and cheese and that kind of stuff, but then you're like, other things are like, I like that. And they not even about price or anything. They like think it's expensive because actually apple juice I've noticed has been cheaper than anything else. But I just haven't bought any. That's just kind of crazy. I made them hungry. my talk, that's so funny. I made them hungry. Oh, Fun Chaser, she lived in Erie for 5 years, 1983, 1988. I'm from Pennsylvania area too, so I know Pennsylvania. Cheesecake Factory, yes, Cheesecake Factory. It's good. Their menu's like a Bible. It's like 10,000 pages. That's always a problem with Cheesecake Factory. I haven't been in a while. Actually, you can always find somebody at Cheesecake Factory. The thing is, some of these chains, I don't mind them, but there's some of them I don't really care. Like I don't like Applebee's. I don't know, food's just whatever. I'm not a huge fan of Chili's. They have changed their menu from before. And it's decent now. I used to hate them, but now we went one day and I was like, oh, things tasted better. And it was like, it's a better menu. Favorite Stays, my favorites of chains. Fridays, it's like there's certain chains that I can handle. BJ's is okay. I've had mixed back and forth with BJ's brewery. They're okay. I think of some other big chains. Wood Ranch I like. They're really good. They're really good. But yeah, so certain chains are like, The other chains like, yeah, I'll do that. And I'm getting hungrier too now. I had a banana, but I'm like, now I'm getting hungry too. We talked about food the other day. I'm like, why we always go back to food? Everything goes back to food. Everything. Food. All it is. Apple cider donuts sound good. Well, it's funny because with apples, you can do tart or sweet. Go back and forth. So sometimes the tart part of the apples are good as long as you want the sweet. I like candied apples. I'm not a caramel apple person. I like candied apples. Ladies and gentlemen, ISA award winner, Candace Mack. So Candace Mack, I'm actually joining the cast of Tomorrow's a New Day. Season 2, I saw my first script. It's very interesting. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm just an actress. I'm used to being the person in charge. I tell you, I met the cast online, and I'm just like, I feel everybody's like, we're so glad you're here, James. You're so been so very nice to me. I'm like, they're like, you're amazing. You're a star. I'm like, I'm not an actor. I just play one every once in a while. I'm just like, I don't know why you guys are asking me to act. Oh, I'm not. I'm like, I guess we'll see what happens. I hope I do the role justice. That's what I said. I hope I do it justice. I'm late for the food talk. Janaea, you're never late for the food talk. I don't know Chi-Chi's. My Mexican restaurant was Chevy's. That was my place. Thank you. Yes, we're all just borrowing each other's people, Candace. Some are on your show, some are on their show, some are on my show. We're just a whole big community of audio dramas. That's all. He's using me just for my name. I was like, sure, why not? So I'm just kidding. Well, I'm probably partially kidding. Well, yeah, why not? I said I'd do it. He asked me, I said I'd do it. I'm not an actor, you guys. I thought I was going to be an actor back in the day. And I was like, ooh, screw this noise. I got to go. I like being in charge. I like being the head honcho. I like making the decisions. I don't want people dictating my life. Like, I'm going to be in charge. That's what I like. But then every once in a while, I get a call from Sean Kanan or from my friend Gerald Webb or whoever, Brandon Larkins, or whatever. And they're like, can you be in our show? Can you do this? I'm like, I'm not a star. I'm not an actor. I'm not an actor. There are folks who do great job. I'm like, I'm here you guys, there's some people who are really good actors. And now that I've worked with so many people, there's some amazing people out there who do a great job. I just, I just say yes to my little piece of the pie. You know, but I hope I don't screw it up. Black Love, we're the same age, aren't we? We're the same age. We're the same age, but you're across the country, aren't you? Oops, what happened? What happened? Let me get back into the chat. I said that and suddenly I lost the chat. There we go. But I hope I don't screw it up. There you go. Yeah, it's back to Black Love. I love Black Love. I'm all about Black Love. Yeah, of course. So your name, your handle lends itself to all kinds of puns and stuff. It does. It does. Yeah, we're working out. Yeah, you're in Atlanta. That's right. Why aren't you in Los Angeles? Why aren't you a Black man and 53 in Los Angeles? Then I could snatch you up and we could be a super couple or something. This is crazy. Candace, you're really good. You're really good in the email for sure. I'm not saying you're not good in prayer today, but I just know for the email, when we added you on, you totally changed the course of the show. You totally changed the course of the show. You did. The show was 4 people. That's it. You became the 5th person. Now the show's about 5 people. And as we write season 3, you'll be in that. It's like you totally changed it in a positive change the course of the show. Oh, G53 also? Oh, hey, Team 1969, bitches. All our parents do the same thing at the same time. or around the same time. It's 68. Or I guess if you're born later this year, early 69. I guess it'd be either one. My parents obviously conceived me towards the end of 68, clearly. That's when they got married. I think I was conceived prior to their ceremony. I started counting back the months. I was like, and I came a little early. Oh, bye, Cherie. Sorry, we won't see you in the chat right now. I started counting months backwards. I was like, wait a minute, you got married on what time? When was I born? I was born like a month early or something. Something's going on. Mm-hmm. It was the 60s, free love and all that, I guess. They were young. My parents were young when they had me. So who knows? Who knows going back then, Miss Benita and James Sr. But I didn't realize things till later. I said, oh, let me start. I'm not good with math. So I was like, so they were lucky I didn't know nothing until later. So that happens sometimes. Sometimes you're at the wedding. Sometimes you are. And that just kind of happens that way. But anywho, Team 1969 all the way. For us, I can't believe sometimes I'm 53. I just can't believe. I'm like, it just seems like it's a number. It's a number, and it's like, okay, there are days when I feel youthful and just like there's just not even a care in the world. And then there are days when I feel the age. I'll hear something or see something and go, that's just totally not my thing. So yes, I feel, I don't know how you guys do, but I feel back and forth. Especially in this dating scene, it's kind of like there's some things I just can't go with. And there's some things I just know I want that at this age, I know I want. That's what it is. Oh, May too. Wait a minute. So Judy and Black Love and myself were all in May. That's crazy. Because I'm May 10th, Judy, you're the 17th, and Black Love, you're the 26th. That's funny. It means our parents were all really doing some shit at the same time. Back in 68. Wow, that is so funny. We're all like, oh, wow. Okay. I know, Black Love, you're actually, I was looking at your pictures the other day. I'm like, you're actually really cute. You can tell these little things are so small and I have bad eyesight. I was like, oh, he's over in Atlanta. And Judy, so so me and Judy are Tauruses. We're Taurians. That works, of course. Judy, you're drinking Amarillo African liqueur. Oh, okay, go on, girl. I forgot it's nighttime for you. Nighttime is the right time. She's like, I'm helping myself to something a little stronger. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. Mm-hmm. That's so funny. We're all born 1969. That's very interesting. There are a lot of us are a lot of people our age. There are a lot of folks our age. There is a lot of folks our age running around. Mm-hmm. Folks our age. I am in wonderful company. We're in good company today. Anyone October baby? I like October people, but that's usually Libras and things and Scorpios, Scorpions. You know, yeah, guess you were great. The email's good. You completely changed the face of it. So now, as I'm writing season 3, your character is totally me out into it. You added a whole other dimension, and so that's one of the great things about Now I'm switching gears for a second. One of the great things about writing a story, I try to stay open to the story and not try to um, hold so tight to it. And I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna see where it goes. It's interesting to see stars grow who are now in their 50s. Well, I know. Whereas there's people like, Jennifer Aniston, Will Smith. Just like people who are there, Ice Cube, they're all in their 50s. They're all around our age. Jennifer Lopez, Mariah Carey. I mean, they're all like 53. Celine Dion. It's great. You just don't get chicken and waffles together. I know. So what's funny is, I'll tell you, when people say this to me, this is how I explain it. So people are like, chicken and waffles, chicken and waffles. Do you think with waffles, eggs, bacon, ham, chicken is another meat. It's fried. It's always fried chicken. So fried chicken. Oh, you're almost a Halloween baby, Gene. Okay. It's I think it's a texture thing. It's a texture taste thing, sis. I believe waffles are usually lighter, airier, sweeter. You put syrup and stuff on it's sweeter, and the chicken is kind of a salty, seasoned, crispy thing. So it's almost like the stick is like the salt, like the savory and sweet. It's like salty and savory. Like it's like I think it's the mixture of the two very distinct tastes. Eating chicken for breakfast is a little weird thing sometimes at first. You go, chicken for breakfast. Like, okay. But it's like well, you know anything for breakfast, you think about it. But really it does work. It's like there's these two opposite things that kind of work together, and that makes it good. If it's good chicken, it was good waffle. So I think that's what it is. I think it's the contrast. So I'll go with that. That's why I always tell people all the time. I think it's the contrast of that. But yes, a lot of us in our 50s running around, just doing our things, just running around. It's like, yeah, we've been around for we grew up with them or whatever, and I just think it's a lot of folks in that time period. There's a lot of people born in May, June, July too. I think it's fall going into winter, depending on where you live. So I think not much to do because of the weather. But I know a lot of folks born in October, November too. So you're like, okay, that's like the first thing of spring. Spring is spring fever. Spring is sprung. My daughter is Jeannie is right after you. She's November 3rd. So I got but my other daughter is January 11th, Capricorn. So we got, so we got those two. But I lived with a lot of Scorpios. I grew up with a lot of Scorpios. I have a lot of Geminis in my life. Geminis are good for me because they're usually open-minded to things. They usually get me to do things that you don't just in a good way, things I don't, well, in a bad way too, things I normally don't do. There's a youthful quality to them sometimes, but sometimes there's an indecisive quality to them too. You're at a yard sale. Oh, I love yard sale. Oh my God, my mother would be so proud of you, Candace. My grandmother Mitzi used to always say, when you go to a yard sale, you should buy at least one thing, because you can. You can find one thing. Pisces, we love Pisces. I'm surrounded by Pisces. Half the people I dated were Pisces. My granddaughter's a Pisces. My brother-in-law's a Pisces. I mean, Pisces are everywhere in my life, everywhere. A lot of March Pisces in my life. My mom's birthday was so her mom. Okay, so your grandmother was Christmas Day. Your mother was after Christmas. That's so funny. My father's Christmas Eve. He's 24th. So that's kind of weird. My brother was January 2nd, right after the first of the year, and I'm always near Mother's Day. Either falls on it or near it. Yeah, yard sales are fun. Yard sales are fun. My mother and I, we used to go all the time. Saturday mornings, get up. We used to have a paper, and you go to the paper and go to different places. Remember newspapers, you guys? Newspapers? And you find some really good stuff. I'm a person who will take something and kind of fix it up if I can. I like tables. I'm a big table person. So I have a couple of really cute stuff. I'm looking at this thing back here, and some over here I'm looking at, and some over here I'm looking at, that I got at yard sales for a minute. For a minute. Yes. Mm-hmm. It should be good. Oh yeah. I made another sale. My threadless.com. So that's jljmedia.threadless.com. I have 3 sales so far. And it's some good, I'm making some nice little money. Okay, people. Okay, this is great. I have some really cute stuff, you guys. So go check it out. Some really cute stuff. I hope to debut part of my stuff tomorrow if it comes today. Just pray for USPS. They're the best. I'm an Aries, but I'm not an Aries at all. Yeah, Aries are not my favorite. I mean, since I love you, but Aries are not my favorite. There's one Aries I love. He's my buddy. I've known for 100 years. He's my buddy. But Aries, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know about that at all. Did I fix my mom's problem? Oh, that's why I just said you were on last night. We're gonna do that today. No, she found a person on there to talk to. So we're thinking we're gonna work that out. But on a side note, you guys, I'm going to Christmas Con. I always want to know what a Christmas Con is and what it does, because right now Comic Con's happening right now in San Diego. Flobo Boyce, my buddy, was just down there on a panel to go Flobo. But Christmas Con, I was like, it's 3 days of Christmas. So it's gonna be here. They usually do it back east in New York, New Jersey. So they're doing one here in Pasadena, where the Emmys were. And I am so excited. I'm going next week. I'm not going to, there'll be shows on Sunday. I'm going Saturday. So with my sister and a friend of mine, possibly Marissa, and Tony Moore may come too. Yes, Christmas Con, bitches. It is all about Christmas. And my friends will be there from Hallmark Channel. My girl Jen Lilly and I still gonna be there. It's literally sitting of all these vendors. And I'm going, no, Kaz, I'm going, Kaz. I'll be filming shit while I'm there. I'm gonna do all kinds of content while I'm there, because I'm so excited. I was supposed to go 2 years ago, but y'all know what happened 2 years ago. This little thing called COVID came and shut all this shit down. So yes, I used to Black. You should go to Comic-Con. There's a lot of Black nerds there. There's a lot. Apparently, a lot of folks go. These Comic-Cons are usually a lot of fun. Are you going to one in New Jersey, Candace? Yes. They have one in New York, one in New Jersey coming up later this year. So I'm going to the one. It's August 5th. And I'm going to the one here. And Marissa Serafini may come with me. May come. I'm gonna let her know. But a bunch of us are going. It's gonna be like a whole party. I want to see the vendors. That's what I'm going for. I want to see what these vendors come up with because I have a couple of clients that I help decorate Christmas at their homes. I mean, they go all out. So we want to see what they're talking about. Any new gadgets, any new products. They said we can like choose, and you get all these samples and stuff. So I'll probably do a show on it. Also, I'll probably do a show on it, and then yeah. So don't worry. So I mean, to me, everything's content. So I will be there, and yes, being a Black. Well, you know, it's so funny, Black Love. I work with Hallmark Channel and Crown Media. They already know me. They already know me. I'm friends with most of the actors. I do the When Calls the Heart after show here on JLJ Media. So I know, like I said, my friend Julie will be there. My friend Paul Green will be there. They already know me. I actually know. I know Brian Bird, Michael Landon. I know a lot of people who work there. So I don't want to be an actor. I don't want to be a Hallmark movie. I don't want to be an actor. I just want to be I want to produce something for Hallmark. I would love what you need to put out to the world, Black Love, is James Lott Jr. produces something for Hallmark. Maybe it's an after show that they actually pay me for. And also going to a bunch of things. Yeah, also going to see your cousin soon. Are you gonna go? You're gonna go to see Christian's play in New York? I want to go so bad. Oh my God, I want to go so bad. I want to go so bad. I want to go so bad, Candace, because I heard he's really good in it. Did you see my interview with him? And Tracy Bregman? We were talking about our cousindom and everything for the Emmys. People love that interview. I love his hair. I don't know what they think. But everybody was like, oh my God, you guys are so good together, and you guys are cousins. I'm like, yes, we are cousins. I have a couple of famous cousins. So Christian is great. He's so nice. He's so funny. I've met Jay before. Did you see my picture I posted for his birthday? Me, him, and Loretta Swit. So I did, and Ted Lang. I know Ted Lang. I don't know Jimmy Walker. All these questions. I'm gonna get there. So Daisy Flower, your mother's birthday is Christmas. So another Christmassy person. It's always that must be the weirdest birthday on earth. Christmas Eve and Christmas. That's weird. Let's see. It's your cousin. Blah blah. Have I been to any soap stars' homes? Let's see. You spoke to him. Okay, you spoke to him when you were. I keep forgetting you were at the Emmys, kind of too. That's so funny. Oh my God, it's so funny. Yeah, it's okay. I've been to some stars' home. I've been to some soap stars' homes. Yes, I have. And other stars' homes. I've been to many stars' homes. I'm friends with some people. One of my good friends is Michelle Stafford, who plays Phyllis. I've helped her organize her home. And if you were friends with me back then, you would have saw us broadcasting from her home while we were organizing. We did that on Instagram. Also part of one of her. And once I was over her house another time on a Sunday, I was hanging out, and we did one of her Skin Nations together. So I like her products. So yeah, so Michelle Stafford. Yeah, I've been to Sean Kanan. He's one of the good friends. I've been to his places. Yeah, I've been to some of the stars' homes. Yes, they're like everybody else. Their homes just like everybody else's. Nothing too crazy. But I do want to tell you, in 2 weeks, me and my buddy, Michelle's the best. She's the best. She's totally supportive of my career. She's the best. In 2 weeks, I'm interviewing again my buddy, Eric Braden. We are coming together again. I interviewed him for his 41st anniversary. We're friends, and he texted me up and said he messaged me and said he wants to sit down with me. So we are going to sit down for an interview again. So I have all kinds of questions. Okay. I'm taking all the questions. What is Christmas your favorite holiday? Actually, no, it isn't. My favorite holiday, not because it's a horrible the way it came to. I'm not all about the Indians being, raped and pillaged. But my favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. I like the food. Thanksgiving food is my favorite food. I just like the whole thing of giving thanks. I do it every day in my life. I always give thanks. I just like that whole sense of community, that whole little 4 days off. I like that. Christmas is a little too commercial for me, I love it, but Christmas would be probably second or third. But I like Christmas a lot. I mean, I'm in the Christmas business. Part of my life, part of my professional life is the Christmas business. So I have Christmas songs that do very well for me, everything. Yeah, Michelle Stafford, she is one of the most down to earth people that I've ever met. She's real, she's honest. I love her kids, Jameson and Tasha, they're great. She's a single mom making things happen. But she's just always she's been a really good friend to me. She's been a really good friend to me. And her place is cute. She has a really cute place. I'm not gonna tell you where it is, obviously. But it's a cute, very cute place. She's not Phyllis. She wasn't Nina. She's completely nice. The thing about Michelle, she's like me. We're all around the same age. And she's just like, she gets it. She's like, people can hate my character. People can hate my acting. That's just their right. She's like, okay, you hate it, you hate it. Like she just moves on. She's like, you don't like it. But she has a job to do. She's gonna do it. And I kind of like that kind of, it's just like everybody has their rights to feel what they feel and life goes on. It's gonna have to go on. Yeah, Natasha, yes, who's getting older. And Jameson it's just the funny. I love Jameson, he's the funniest. So yes, I've hung out with them, I've met her mom, like, no, we're friends. That's all the time. I don't always broadcast it. Because that's the thing too, it's like they're regular people. Sean Kane and I are friends, his wife Michelle and I are friends. Like we, during the pandemic, they literally checked on me because I knew I was single. He would check on me. And this wasn't about, can you do a show for me or do this? He literally was just like, I want to check on you. You're my friend. He was like, come down to whatever. So yes. Sheree, I don't know yet. I thought you were gone. Oh, I thought you had to go. Are you still? I thought you had to go. I thought maybe somebody else had to go. I can't remember. Natasha's your name, Daisy Flower. I've never known that, Daisy Flower. I've never known your first name. Wow, I get to learn something new after all this time. That is so funny. So where does Daisy Flower come from? 40 come from? Now that you said that. I first of all, okay, so Sheree, here's part of me is like crowds anymore because of fucking monkeypox and fucking COVID is running rampant in Los Angeles. So I may not go to area. I'm picking and choosing. So Christmas Con falls into my work. So I work with Hallmark. I'm friends with a lot of people who are going to be there. I'm gonna wear a double mask and fucking gloves and shit. I'm going. But I can make content out of it also, which helps me out for Patreon, for you guys, for everybody. So it's kind of like, that's what that's going to be about. It's going to be literally work and fun. I'm going with my sister and my friend and maybe Marissa and Tony may come. So Tony's someone going also. It's kind of a work thing. So that's what I'm going to ChrisCon. I'm not a comic person or cosplay person. My buddy Flo Boyce was on a panel yesterday, so I'm very proud of him. He was on a panel yesterday. I've never been interested in going to Comic-Con ever in my life. I have a lot of friends who used to work them all the time. I'm in the hosting world. So a lot of my friends host things there or go there for work, also for networking and for work. I have no interest. The only one I really wanted to go to was the Star Wars Celebration, which I missed. I watched all that online. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I watched that online. I know that Comic-Con sometimes will debut or feature some old school stuff like Buffy and stuff like that. But that's not my bailiwick. It's just not my thing. I've never had interest to go at all. But so the Star Wars Celebration, I want to go to the next one, whatever the next one is. I want to go to that if they have one in the side town. But I'm really picking and choosing what I was invited to a couple of things. I'm invited to stuff all the time. I turn things down all the time because I'm like, I don't want to tempt fate too much. So you like flowers and daisies and lilies. Okay, I was before I started on social media. Okay, there you go. Daisy Flower Party. My dog Flower, when I was a kid, ate a flower. And so I named her Flower. She's a German Shepherd. So speaking of that, make sure these. Yeah, Robert Newman is heavy on my list. I'm going to add, I know there were a lot of the shows were on hiatus, so I couldn't ask for anybody. So when they come back, folks, I will be asking for guests. I definitely want guests on the show. I kind of when the show Merlin was on TV. Remember Merlin? I didn't watch it. Remember that show Merlin? I'm not a nerd. That's the thing. People, I'm not a nerd. I'm not. I was never a nerd. I was always one of the popular kids. Imagine that. I was always the jokester, and I was always musical and stuff, but I was never a nerd. I can nerd out. My brother and they were nerds, and they were proud nerds where you got beat up and stuff. They were nerds. I was never a nerd, but I can nerd out on Star Wars stuff or Buffy stuff, the Vampire Slayer stuff, a few things. But I'm not a comic. I don't read any comics. I don't get comic books. I don't get the whole thing. I just don't. I don't really watch any of the movies. So that's not me. Robert Newman's an amazing actor, and he's a legend. So I'd love to have him on the show. We're gonna work on it, kids. Now that I'm back full throttle. I also keep forgetting to do this. I don't want Matt yelling at me. I do have lots of content that is soap related on my patreon.com, and any level you get, you'll get plenty of stuff. And Matt can tell you I put stuff out every day, just about. So I'm looking right now. I have to start putting out starting actually out new today actually. I guess I'll put stuff out for next week. I guess I'm doing that. So check that out if you can. I know there are 19 watching. Please hit that button that says a thumbs up. I have 7 so far. I'm trying to get more on the algorithm so I can get more people looking at my stuff. If you like me. If you don't like me, that's fine too. JLJ 10, I don't. No tea. No tea. I mean, yes, Matt. Every day. I put stuff out every day. Not a lot of creators don't do that. I put a lot out every day. I give you all kinds of good stuff. There probably won't be anything tomorrow. The soaps are coming out tomorrow, so I have soap stuff. But starting on Monday again, I'll probably pick up again. I'll have stuff every day. Yeah, 5% says. See, I don't read Archie. I don't watch Riverdale. I don't know any of that. I don't know any of that stuff. Albert. No, I don't read any of that stuff. I don't read any of that stuff. I don't know anything about that. I've heard that like there was Sabrina, the Dark Side of Sabrina. I saw a couple episodes of that, but see, then I was a Sabrina Teenage Witch fan from the TGI Friday days with Mr. Joan Hart, and I'm like, that's not the same thing. James, what do you have planned? All kind of stuff. You have to follow and just watch. You'll see what's coming out. All kind of stuff coming. I'm always working on something. Trust me. Always working on something. Always. I work every single day, all the time. I do take some time off. I took like 3 months off, which was not even fully 3 months off. I still did 30% of what I did, and I was still busy. I was like, how much do I do? Oh my goodness. I just got on this hamster wheel and I just can't get off of it. But all kinds of stuff, all kinds of new things. Just like I said, soap stuff, organizing stuff. I'm putting together some organizing stuff. I got all kinds of content will be coming. I mean, every day I put out content. I move on to the next thing. I put out a show. Put out to the next thing. I don't stick around. Just like, Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I am me, fully who I am. I think part of the I was not part of the problem. But part of the reason is I got into this business a lot older. And I had to pray before after watching it. That's so funny, Daisy. No, I realized I got into this business in my 40s. And my first credit was in my late 30s. But when I fully committed to the business, I was 40 years old. And when I got into this hosting stuff, I was 45. So I mean, I'm like, I'm old. I'm just like, I've been around the block a few times. I know what's going on in the world. And I knew who I was. I did the work. I know who I am, all the good, bad, ugly, whatever. I know all the parts. I know who I am. And I was like, so this was a fun thing for me. While I do all this stuff, I feel like I want to leave something behind. I feel like my time on earth it's not infinite. So I mean, I can go at any time, but I just feel like I have a lot to say. I have a lot to do. I have a lot I want to give. I have a lot that I speak out on. I feel like I have this platform that, so for me, not for everybody, but for me, that I will share some of my feelings about how I feel about things on here. And I think it's important because if you don't speak out, change doesn't happen. Not saying that I affect change all the time or anything, but I think sometimes people want to see things represented. So I try to do that too. Wearing my hair a certain way, the clothes that I wear, it's all curated and picked, but it's also me. So if you meet me off camera, and Matt can attest to this, and so can Candace, I'm the same James Lott Jr. that I am you see on here for the most part. And thank you, Albert. I appreciate that. My whole thing was I'm having fun. I'm very blessed to be here. I've had jobs that I've hated, so I'm not doing that anymore. And I said it earlier, Matt. I said threadless.com. I did, Matt. It's in here. I did say it earlier. I'll say it again. I did say it. I want you to yell at me. I did say it. But I feel like I have nothing to lose. If I lose a few followers, who gives a fuck? But I can sleep at night. I can go to bed and sleep and go, I put something positive in the world. I did something interesting. And that's why here, when I do this stuff, I'm not bougie. I have no airs about me. I'm a little shady sometimes for fun, but I really am. I'm giving you all of it. I'm saying, this is James, take it or leave it. You could leave it. But I think the one thing I think people can always say about me, and Albert said it in here also a little bit, you cannot say I don't work hard. As you can talk shit about me. Anybody can talk shit about me. Say, well, they can say I'm fat. They can say I hate my hair. I'm too loud. Whatever. My gap teeth. Whatever. They can say whatever they want, and they do. Trust me. People say all kinds of stuff. But no one ever says I'm a bad host, and I don't really hear that. No one ever says you're so suck. It's like they know that I work very hard to produce this stuff. I do, and whoever I work with, whoever I get to come on my shows, all the guests that I get. And the promises I make to some people it's okay, I'll get Tariah for you. I got them for you 3 times. Like, I really worked for it. The Emmys, everything I put. JLJ Media was built from scratch, kids. From scratch. I had nobody in the business, gave me a leg up. I had to make the connections, do the hard work, earn my pay, earn my dues. And that's what it is. And like right now, I created 2 subscription services, buymeacoffee.com. I did threadless.com. Oh my God, I love you, John Dunphy. I miss you. I miss you very much. I started doing, the threadless.com. I have that other too for the shows. I put this stuff out there because I do work really hard. I want to make this a living. This is my living. I don't have another job anywhere else. This is what I do. And whether you agree with me or you don't, and some of you in here, we don't always agree. We know that. I give you me. And that's the one thing you can't say. James does not work hard. He does work hard. And he does put out the amount of content I put out. Actually, I'm amazed by it sometimes. I look at it. I'm amazed by it. So, and I'm surrounded by wonderful people like John. I love John. I love you, John. We do that. We do the Star Wars stuff together. So John Duffy, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, Matt, I was super shady. JLJ says Studio City. Again, I'm not an actor. Lots of coffee. On my Buy Me a Coffee, when you buy me a coffee, you unlock a free podcast series on there. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know Cameron's gonna be there at ClexCon. People were just saying, they asked me questions about Comic-Con. I thought I answered you, but I said I'm probably not going to that. But also, I didn't go to. Someone asked me after you, are you going to Comic-Con also, or did you watch any Comic-Con content? I did. I'm sorry. I know it probably got. I'm sorry, Sri. I thought I answered you first, and then went on to the next statement. But I talk fast. But yeah, I know about Cameron stuff. I probably won't be there. I'm just gonna be. The whole big thing is I'm picking and choosing where I go. And I won't go to too many events because it's too crazy out here with the monkeypox and the COVIDs, and I don't have either. I don't want them. We always agree, but I try to work. We always agree. We don't always agree, Albert. Not always. Try to work. But here's the thing, Albert. I support any Black man out there trying to make it. I will always, whether we disagree or agree, I will always support. Albert's gonna be on the show with me soon, so stay tuned for that. but I always support people who are working hard. Yes, I recovered from my, oh, thank you, Serene. Thank you. I got a super chat. Super chat's also enabled. Thank you. That's a funny thing. It's eating something. It's a thing chomping. It's my teeth. I love it. Thank you, Black Love. I appreciate it. Yes. But sure, I told you me and Cameron are working on something. So that's something separate, working on something. So stay tuned for that. But thank you for the super chat. Thank you. That does help the bottom line for JLJ Media. I can continue. But I'm gonna keep hustling until I can't anymore. That's how it is, kids. I'm gonna just keep going forward and keep pushing out content and pushing out stuff and running my mouth until I can't anymore. And then when I can't, then it's time to I'll pack it up. I was thinking the other day, I can't even imagine if it was like, James, it's time to retire. I can't imagine retirement. I don't think I'll never retire. Why would I retire? I didn't even know what that means. I'm like, I didn't even know what I would do if I said, here's my last show, period, ever. Could you guys imagine if I was like, James, I wonder if I did a whole campaign, James is ending his career. I wonder how big that show would be. Like, who would tune in? And how big, I wonder if my favorite friends would tune. I just wonder what would happen. I'm not going to do it, obviously, but I hope I never have to do that. But I was like, that'd be a weird to say goodbye. I know I'll be crying because I cried everything. I know that would be going on. But that'd be kind of weird if I was like, okay, kids, I have to end my career. I hope not. I hope to be doing this as long as you can even if you have to wheel me in up against a desk. Oh, thank you, Black Love. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Handsome and generous. I'll take that. Thank you. Thank you for supporting Black creators, content creators. We are just as good as others. We are. And everybody, I believe that everybody should have an even playing field, no matter what race you are, what gender you are, what sexual orientation. I fully believe we should all get equal chance. And the talent should rise to the top. That's exactly how I feel about that. I support anybody where I see talent. John Duffy knows I support him. Candace knows I support her. There are people I support. If they're good people, Matt knows I support, his stuff with him and his husband. I just, if you're good people and you're working hard and you're not doing anything shady for real, I will support. You'll have my complete support. Tony Moore, Full Boys, Jack Farmer, who's had a birthday yesterday. A lot of creators, Brandon Larkins, Zane Hubbard, all my friends, I support them. Sean Kanan, Krista Allen, Michelle Stafford. I really support anybody who's doing hard work. Brighton James, Brittany Sarpy, just people who are working and doing things are positive. I feel like we should all have an equal chance to just do something for you. Entertainment is people think it's like frivolous and whatever. No, entertainment is important. Entertainment can save lives. Entertainment can help people off the ledge of life. It's very important. It's something that I think people need to understand is that the arts are very important to our psyches. Arts, music, to our culture. There's nothing like going to see a really good play or a really good musical or seeing a really good movie or reading a really good book or hearing a really good song. It's like all that stuff, it does matter. It really does matter. And it can really help you in so many different ways. And I just think that we have to nurture that and protect that and support that. And there are a lot of indie artists out there and independent people who are trying to come up. And they're doing it through hard work. And they're doing it through, they're trying to build their social media followers. They're trying to build their channel. They're not buying followers. They're not faking views and stuff. They really are. But Candace knows this too. Candace knows this. It is really hard work. And so when I made the decision to create subscription services or ask for super chat money or buymeacoffee.com or the threadless stuff, I was nervous at first. But I thought, well, wait a minute, I do work really hard. For 15 years, I've given my life and worked very hard for free to give you content. So, and people have been very generous in going, well, no, James, we see how hard you work. We see how I'll give you $5 or $10 because every once in a while, because it's just really because if it can help you continue to do this, and I support other people. I'm always trying to bring people into the fold and support them. And Candace knows this personally. I did that. Forever and a Day, I brought her into Forever and a Day. You know, it's John Dunphy I brought on to the Star Wars. So I'm here to help. I'm here to like, let's build it. Let's build this arts thing. Thank you, Paul, very much. I appreciate that. Love my Pennsylvania. Miss my Pittsburgh sometimes. Northside, Troy Hill, Northside, Pittsburgh. I miss it. I miss my Permetti brothers sandwiches, and my Bob Evans, which Candace knows about that. Krista is really funny. Yeah, arts can help with your self-expression, your individuality. But I'm always just like, try it. You have an idea, try it. You really have nothing to lose. And there are people out there who are craving, looking for content. They're looking for something. I love books too, sis. I'm all about that too. You know what I mean? I guess they're really looking for meaningful content or silly content. There's room for that also. I love a good laugh. I like slapstick. I'm a huge slapstick person. I love it. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's a time and place for all kinds of stuff. Allentown, that's like Billy Joel's song. Yes, Allentown. That's good. We love Billy Joel. I have family also on the other side of Pennsylvania. You know, I could do 10 things at once. On the other side, there is I have family in Bethlehem, Media, out of Philadelphia over there. It's good that you feel that comfortable. You know, it's funny, Albert. I have never been a shy person. My mother will tell you that I've always been this way since I was a kid. I came out the womb this way. I've always had this weird, fearless confidence. I don't know where it comes from. I just have always been. I've always been this way since I was little. You're like a little man when you came out. They all say that. My family tells me that James is. All my friends who are pre this were like, they find out I'm in Hollywood. They're like, we're not surprised. I never thought this was my career. I never thought this would be a career for me. I never thought it would be a career for me. Never thought in a million years. People don't believe me. They're like, oh yeah, James, whatever. Like, no, I was working in the corporate world doing farm and ag insurance. I had no idea I'd be here doing media and people recognizing me on the street or calling me a TikTok star. Like, this is all in my 50s. This is all crazy talk. Trust me. It's all, this was not a plan of mine at all. But I'm comfortable because I just feel like this is me. This is just me. Dauphin County refugee, 8293. There you go. I love it. That's a big state. I have, Amandus is here. I have a question for you. When are you going to do a TJ Hooker after show? That is so funny. Now, you know I love me some Heather Locklear. And you know I love me some Billy Shatner. Oh my God, I haven't seen TJ Hooker since the 80s. Oh, I have not since the 80s, kids. I have not seen that. So my questions, I don't know. I'm kidding. So I like TJ Hooker. That is hilarious. TJ Hooker. That is hilarious. How do I deal with negative comment and feedbacks? How do you think, Albert? I yell at people. Okay. I learned early on when I was with AfterBuzz TV for 7 years. When I came to AfterBuzz TV, and we went on Twitter and YouTube. That's my first. I wasn't a YouTube person. I wasn't a YouTuber. Got on. I got my first negative comments. At first, I was like, "Oh my God, they hate me. Oh my God!" Like a lot of them were really happy and positive, of course. But you always see that one comment, and you're like, all of a sudden, you're just like, "Wonk wonk." I cried a couple times. Someone was so mean to me once. They were just so rude. I can't even repeat what they said to me on the thing. It was totally racist and homophobic. It was all this stuff was crazy. So I can't even say it, but I remember that. Now I'm at the point now because I've had everything from death threats to stalkers, everything. I've had everything at this point. I've gone through it all in the 8-9 years I've been doing this now. So I am now used to it on some level. It's to me a lot of times the responses are predictable. So like the negative feedback, a lot of it's the same negative feedback. It's like it's something very predictable. So now I can look at it and go, well, of course you would say that. Or somebody will say something. I look at their page. Of course, if I criticize Carly on GH, and you look on your page, you're Cardi's #1 fan, well, clearly you're going to give me an attitude. You know what I mean? Like I know that. Like that's so that kind of stuff. I don't mind. If you follow me on Twitter, I sort of potty once in a while. Every once in a while, I'll say a statement that breaks the internet. I don't care. I'm on there, just going back and forth, just typing back my shit. I don't care. I just think like it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. But I noticed that Margaret Cho said something once that stuck with me. People will usually, when they call me fat or they call me black, he's just so black, fat, fuck his hair, his teeth are fucked up, he's old, blah, blah, he's loud. A lot of times, that's the low-hanging fruit, right? That's what Margaret Cho says. They're watching you. It's easy to go, he's fucking fat or he's fucking this. It's easy. It's easy. That's the whole point. So that's kind of, that's kind of like, I can dismiss that because my looks are whatever they are. If you think I'm ugly, okay, think I'm ugly. Someone called me a monkey once, and that's a predictable reaction to call black people. Like it's just. I mean, I'm just like, okay, I get it. Yeah, you got big ass nose, blah blah. So I mean, it's like you kind of go, okay. I wrote a song that came out a couple years ago called "My Opinion Is the Only Opinion." It's a huge hit for me. It's on my album, latest album, and you can hear it. That was my response to it. I actually took what people said about me and put it into a song and put it on a dance beat. So my opinion is the only opinion is my response. Just that it's, again, almost like Michelle Stafford, you have a right to not like me. You have a right to not agree with me. But I will clap back when necessary. And I know how to stay calm. I don't like go off the hinges or anything, but I will clap back. If it's something that I feel is inaccurate or I know is wrong, or if you try to put something on me that I know is not coming, that's not what I mean, I will explain myself. I will get back. You know, I mean, I will explain myself. So I do that. No, it wasn't. No, I remember. No, it wasn't. I didn't criticize Maura West. You say Maura West. It wasn't Maura. It was. I criticized I criticized Laura. Well, it was more. It was Carly. So no, I love Maura West. I want her on this show. She doesn't do very many interviews. I had a whole campaign. I'm trying to get Maura West on the show. I love her. I want her so bad. No, my thing that broke the internet was the Laura Wright comment. That's the one that got me in trouble. And I really against Laura Wright. I interviewed her at the Emmys. So the whole thing is, there are some folks I can tell are trolling, and they come on just to start with me. But there are some folks where we just have a difference of opinion. And so my thing is, I will totally go back and forth. A calm discourse where it's like, you say your thing, I say mine. I'm totally down for that. I have no problem with that. But the folks will say to me like, you're just bougie and you're elitist and blah blah. And they came to my chat room once. I'm like, I'm not elitist. Well, elitist about what? I'm doing a fucking show from my bedroom. Like, how am I elitist? I'm elitist about what? I'm like, and they couldn't fully explain to me why I was elitist. They actually attacked me and my guest on the show that day, and he's not elitist either. Like, we're not elitist. We're far from that, actually. I'm very for the people. Trust me. If I was elitist, there's a lot of things I wouldn't be fighting for all the time on soaps. I bring up race and all that stuff, and I mean, a lot of people don't do that if you're elitist. So I think so. That was more, and I didn't lose my shit over anything, but I was just kind of like, I'm going to explain. I'm going to clap back to you and tell you, just so everybody knows when they watch this, why I think they're wrong about that. And then I said, but ultimately, I go in the end, if you view me that way, that's how you view me. But I know now I'll stay online, in front of everybody. I go, I'm not taking that. I'm not accepting that. That's your thoughts. You feel that way. It's fine. And I know a lot of times it's because I don't like a certain character of theirs. I don't like a certain, and Maura's a Taurus also, like me, she's a Taurus. But I know a lot of folks come with their own stuff. And I've said this before, which also broke the internet a while back. There are two types. Candace thinks there's three. I say there's two. There are two types of fans and fanatics. And when it comes to fanatics, you can't even. Oh well, Matt, she's a masterclass in acting. I mean, she is just. I loved her as Carly over there on Natural Terms masterclass. You can't reason with fanatics. You can't, because they don't think they're fanatics. That's what's so funny. Candace knows this. I had a fight with one of her co-hosts of her show. And to me, she's cuckoo crazy. She's a fanatic. And I'm like, and people will come up to me afterwards going, yeah, you James, you were right. Because I'm like, okay, after a while, I let her just continue talking. Because to me, I'm like, then you showcase who you are to people. They can see it. I don't have to hammer down a point on her. I know my point. I made my points. I was like, I'm done. Because that person doesn't think that they are fanatics. That's the problem. They think that they're being sane about it. It's like, no, I can go back and forth. I can look at a character I love and say bad things about him and good things about him. I can look at a character I can look at a character. I don't care. Sorry, Candace. She's a great example for me. I'm sorry. And your other co-host, Daphne, who I love. So you have a co-host I love also. So I'll even it out. There's a co-host that Candace has on the show that I love also. But she's great. So, and then Candace, of course, is great. So I will make sure I say that. I won't be too shady on a Saturday morning. Yes, and now this whole thing too. It's like, so you can't like the Logans apparently. And I know, trust me, we've gotten criticism for that too on our show when we say Brooke's the queen. I was like, sorry, Captain Kelly Lang is the queen. I actually know Captain Kelly Lang, her boyfriend Dom, love them. They're so nice and generous. But as the show, 35 years, original cast member, Brooke has done so many things. She's not innocent, but she's the queen of the show. Sorry, everybody. Everybody just get like, you can hate the character, which means she's doing a great job. You can hate the character, you can do all that, but she's the queen. I like Donna. I think Jennifer Garris is hot as F. She should be used more. I think, I love Katie. So I do call them out on their shit also. I do both. But I've been called you're a Logan. We hate Ridge half the time, but when he's right about something, I will say on the show, you know what? Ridge was right about that. We have no problem. See, fanatics can't see that. They're too in themselves. So, but they think they're not in themselves. They think they see it clearly. I'm like, you're not. You're blinded. So that's why I problem so lot. So as long as I know that, I go, okay, I can handle whatever they say to me. Black love. I notice in this era, people are so full of negative energy. I don't get it. Yeah, that's the thing too. There are people who hate watch shows and will defend their right to hate watch a show, which I'm too busy. I don't have enough time to hate watch shows. When I'm done with the show, I don't watch it anymore. I don't talk about it. I move on. But there are folks who will just talk shit. I haven't watched Your Hospital in 30 years, but everything I'm here, but every day they're all talking shit about. I don't like putting out negative energy. Not really. It doesn't. You're right. There's the real world's fucked up, you guys. We have there's some stuff going on. We're in trouble, you guys. You understand? It is too hot out there. There's a problem around the world. It is hot as fuck. There's a problem. Our governments are just falling apart doing whatever the fuck they want. We have this issues. Black men are getting killed by the dozens. There's just this shit going on, you guys. We got to take care of business. I was like, we got, and so we need some positivity, and so I'm like, I don't see her in here. I don't think she's in here. She hasn't said anything. She usually definitely say hi to me. I'll show an alias. I don't think if Daphne's in here, show yourself. Dr. Ross, funny. The shows, to me, all the shows can improve, right? All 4 shows can totally improve. You totally can improve, right? Every show has their negative parts, but there are some positive parts too. And that's the one I'm like, I will always talk about both. I think there she is. See, I loved it. See, Devin, I didn't even know you were in here. I said, I loved you. And so I told you, I love you. So I told you were fine. I get along with you fine. And I didn't even know you were here. So she just arrived. I was talking nice things about you, Daphne. So and you weren't even here. You can watch this. You can watch the show back and see what I'm saying. But no, and that's the thing. And it's this. Each show can improve, but then sometimes there are some good stuff on shows. Like I actually think Sophia Madsen is doing an amazing job as fucked up Sasha on GH. I'm like, there's some parts of the story like whatever, but she's doing she's acting at her and Johnny Wachter are doing great work as Brando. I think they are. I think they're doing great work. I think there's something in there. Friday's episode of Bold and the Beautiful. Okay. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I'll talk about this more in depth tomorrow on my show. Friday's episode between Don Diamont and Naomi Atsuda, Kimberly Brown and Tanner Novlin, I was like, Emmy nominations, all right there. All right there. The acting was the two-person acting was so good. Kimberly Brown and Tanner Novlin are just killing it. No matter what you feel about the storyline, that's what I'm saying. You can say the storyline's tired or it's too much or whatever. You can say that. But how can you deny their acting is phenomenal? Back and forth. And then Bill and Lee, Naomi Matsuda she had no words. She acted her ass off with her eyes. She was all fucked up and messed up and all that stuff was going on. And her body language. And she was traumatized. You can see she can't really speak. And Don Diamont played another side of Bill we never see. He was showing compassion and being everything. But it's like the acting. Like we can think whatever about the storyline, but I can separate and go. The acting was so good. The acting was so good, and then the same thing with General Hospital. Whenever my girl Lydia Look comes on screen, and I'm calling it first, you guys. I'm calling it first, you guys. Curtis and Selena. I'm calling it first on this show. I've said on another show before. I'm calling it. Time stamping it now. Saying when she comes on screen, the scenes just light up. It's a whole other worldly the scenes when she shows up, because that bitch just shows up wherever. All of a sudden there she is. It's like, and yesterday, Spinelli and Maxie, I was like, they still have chemistry after all these years. After all these years, they still have chemistry where I'm kind of like, maybe they're thinking, but need to be back together. See, Daphne, that's why I love you, Daphne. We have the same thought. I was all big scenes get back together. Screw this Austin crap and everything and Maxie. I feel like they belong together. I was like, that's what it should be. Their scenes were full of heart. I was saying, so in the middle of all this crazy stuff, the Haunted Star, I mean, whatever you think what you want about that. That's what I'm saying. There is, if you can't find anything good on these soaps, I don't know why you watch. I really don't. I'll never understand it. I'll never understand why you don't watch. Oh, Kirsten, I feel like you have to find something on these soaps. I mean, there's a lot of things wrong. Yes, I'll totally agree with you on that. And even Albert, Finn's acting's debatable. That's fine. That's fine. You can think his acting's debatable. I mean, in the past, I kind of did too. But my whole point is, though, if you can't find something in a scene that on the show that you can say, you know what, that was good, then I'm like, why are you watching the show? Unless you are trying to get viewers and people to follow you by being these bitchy, things sometimes. That happens too. People want attention. Sometimes they're bitchy and stuff. They think that's the fastest way to get attention. But and in some ways it is. But that's kind of like, let's not do that. And what's going on in Y&R? I haven't finished this week, but from just what I've seen so far, the three ladies are coming together. It's Phyllis, Ashley, and Nikki. Three people who hate each other normally. I think to bring down, Diane, I love it. There's some holes in it here and there, but I love it. Well, I'm here for the ride. Let's see what the ride. Let's see what the ride tells us. You know what I mean? Let's see what goes on. Let's see what the ride. I think I'm much more willing to see what's going on. Yeah, Bill and Lee have never met. I don't think they were ever met. Yeah, I know. Naomi Asuna is the bomb. And I got to meet her and interview her on the Emmys. And she is just lovely. She has an energy that just comes out of her. She has an energy that's just beautiful. It comes out of her. So I'm just saying, Days has some stuff too. You know, everybody, they all have stuff that's not great. But then they have some stuff, I feel like that, you know, that scene was really good. I can look at it and go, that scene is good. Like I said, I knew you weren't on Matt earlier. I'm not at Fridays. Well, I'm up to Thursday for Days. Well, that's the best. You know, Diane's past. We have all those years they can go into it. Yeah, I saw Daisy. You know, I don't like Drew and Carly, but I understand that's probably Endgame. I understand. That's what they're. See, again, I can understand that. I go, I don't like them. Cameron Matheson's hot. He's hot. You know, he's hot. He's hot. But I don't like the couple. But I have a feeling that's where they're going. So I'll go for the ride and see what happens. Robert Newman totally needs a nomination. His work, almost to me, exceeds Josh from Guiding Light. It exceeds. Yeah, Albert, I agree with you. I don't know. People just don't give a fuck. They just don't watch my shit. And I think part of it's because there are reasons why I think I don't have the views that I don't have. I have certain reasons I think I don't have them. Morgan Child was fine. She's fine. I've met Morgan Child in the past, and she was always very nice and sweet. She's a nighttime soap legend. She was kind of funny on Days when she was on there. She was fine on GH. She did a fine job. I like Morgan Fairchild. I do. We have people in common we know. That's how I know her. But she's a nice person. I like her. I thought she did fine. She's a competent actress, totally fine actress. She knows the soap world. She knows how it works. She did a great job. Her acting is better than some folks. I won't be that shady again this morning and say that. A lot of you know who I think's acting is horrible on shows. But thank you, Albert. I know I agree. There's several interviews I think should get more than what they are. But then I get interviews that do huge for me that I never thought they would do. So I don't respond. No, I would say Ashlyn Locke is Richard Berge was good, but Ashlyn Locke took it. But Robert Newman took it to another level. So when I talked to Eric Braden in a few weeks, I'm gonna mention Robert Newman. Clearly, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna clearly talk about that. The show with Eric will not be live. He doesn't do well. It might be live. I have to ask him. He doesn't like really doing live, but it will be. You'll get some good stuff. And I'm gonna do a 5 questions with them for my Patreon. So I'm gonna do an extra thing on Patreon too. So let's see. Lewis, take out Ashley, so good. Yes, Paper Dolls from Eagle Road. I watched all those back in the 80s. I'm an 80s person. I'm stuck in the 80s. It's great. How long have I been on here? Because I do have to go to my mom's house to take care of some stuff. So let's see. I think did I come on at 8 o'clock? What time did I come on? I've been doing this. Wow, almost an hour and a half. Okay, kids, it's time for me to get off. Folks will be like, what the fuck is he doing on here that long? Well, you guys are wonderful. Thanks for coming in with me this morning. Like I said, buymeacoffee.com, James Lott Jr. is a great thing. Patreon.com, James Lott Jr. JLGmedia.threadless.com. As always, support me so I can continue doing this. I'll put them in the chat right now. Just so people, I pinned one, but I'll put it in here anyway. Thanks for the super chats that you guys gave me today. I love it. And now here's the thing. I'll mention this because Matt's on here. So I don't know if the chat will be open after I leave. I have no idea. I'm not doing anything differently than I normally do. So I have no idea. So hopefully it'll be up. Maybe up later, maybe up right away. I have no idea. So I'm just going to make sure I say that now. I have no control over it. I checked all my buttons and knobs. Everything is pressed the way it's supposed to be pressed. So I have no idea. But I love you guys. I know definitely we are stuck in the 80s. I'm stuck in the 80s. But thank you for making my Saturday good. Have a good rest of your Saturday. Don't melt wherever you are. Matt, you know I love you. Everybody take care of you guys yourselves, and I'll talk to you later. I don't know how do I get